Hello, I'm ArchieLuxury and welcome to the Paul Pluter and the ArchieLuxury program. And today I would like to talk about high-end Patek Philippe watches. So we're not just talking our basic Calatrava or our basic Nautilus. We're talking about something with a little bit of pizzazz, a complication. We could be talking about an annual calendar. We could be talking about a world time or a chronograph or some sort of combo deal. And the honest answer is the wristwatch market itself it's always been harder to sell pieces over 20,000 US dollars. We're talking second hand. And you know, that's fair enough because let's face it, most people, they're comfortable buying a $5,000 wristwatch because, you know, yes, that's something they can manage. That's why steel Panerais were so famous and so popular, is because normal middle-class schmucks could afford them. Now, when we talk about middle-class schmucks, we also enter into the Rolex arena. They've also been affordable. But when we start talking Patek Philippe, the entry-level Patek for a man, what have we got? We've got a Calatrava, so that's going to be a precious metal gold piece or platinum. Platinum's way crazy, but say gold. So 20,000 brand new sort of starting point. Oh, okay, we could possibly go an Aquanaut. Well, ain't going to be much change at a 20,000 still. So, you know, the whole thing is, it gets to a expensive price point. Men, lower middle class, upper middle class, and middle class men like pieces around the 5,000 to 10,000 barrier mark. It's comfortable for them. And, you know, that's still a lot of money. I mean, the average person to save $20,000, it's a big ask. Americans hate saving. They like spending. They like consuming. They don't like saving their bickies. So, to be honest with you there, that $5,000 to $10,000 range is so appealing. When we're talking Pateks, and we're talking, say we throw in a world time or an annual calendar or a chronograph, well, the prices get very, very high. And this market itself has been affected by the general turndown in the economy. Patek, since 2000, has released a lot more complications, albeit useful complications, not grand complications. And Patek has had the annual calendar, it came out late 90s. The world time came out 2000. We've also seen affordable chronographs. Patek and chronograph traditionally was a 5070 or a 5170. Now we're seeing steel chronographs and steel annual calendars. And this is such a step towards more affordability. They're still shockingly expensive. Of course they are. They're a Patek Philippe. But at the higher end there, pieces over 20,000 US dollars, that market, yes, it is very, very tough, but the type of person who sells one of these pieces usually isn't really short of money. They're mainly changing it due to a lifestyle change, i.e., they're no longer attending board meetings or going to the office. No, they've run off with Bambi and they're in the Bahamas. And this is reflected, if you look closely at the situation with high-end Patek Philippes, complicated Pateks, say let's pull a figure, anything over 20,000 US dollars, they are difficult to find the punter. It's hard to find a buyer. However, the prices aren't plummeting because this type of owner will not take an absolute slaughtering like the credit card obsessed Paneristi who went crazy on his platinum Visa card. And this is the whole thing. This is why the Panerai market can collapse, because it's that young Y-Gen graduate who went crazy with platinum Visa. Now, the Patek Philippe owner, he's generally later on in life, and he says if it doesn't get a certain point, he's seen market cycles up and down. He's seen it before. So he's happy to wade and ride it out. So the type of punter who buys a Patek Philippe, even though they may be advanced in years, won't take an absolute bath. They will say, no, take it, withdraw it from market. If prices are low, I will hold out. Whereas the Paneristi guy, he's got a platinum Visa, he's got a gold MasterCard. He's kind of went a little bit silly without telling Buffy, the girlfriend. And as he makes his mark to go down the marital aisle of happiness and fun, he needs his money back. So he will take an absolute bath to get out of the pieces. And this is the reason, the demographics in this market. Patek, high-end Patek Philippe is very tough to sell. However, prices don't really seem to have fallen much because that buyer isn't desperate, isn't in hock up to his eyeballs. He's a different type of demographic. So you've got to really appreciate this market. Although the watch industry is technically in severe recession or depression, this type of owner won't sell their piece because they will hold the cyclic cycle to see a return come in. And I gotta tell you, it makes a lot of sense. Don't panic. The most stupid thing you can do in the market is buy when everyone's buying and sell when everyone's selling. That's terminal. The Patek buyer, owner, he understands this and will not sell it if it means it's below a certain threshold. A good example is someone who owns a Patek. Can they be in financial trouble? Yes, they certainly can. But $20,000 isn't going to solve their problem. They need $150,000, not $20,000. So they don't sell the Patek if they're in big financial trouble. Their problem is $1 million plus disaster, not a remedy from a $20,000 wristwatch. So this is the reasons you don't see the market with low, complicated Patek prices. The future, everything in life is cyclical. A bust will be followed by a boom, and a boom will be followed by a bust. It's been a long time coming, and it's going to reshape the whole industry. High-end, complicated Pateks are very hard to sell at the moment, but serious owners won't be dictated to by nasty watch salesmen. They will ride it out for what it's worth. Hence the reason high-end Patek pieces have not fallen through the floor like some other undesirable brands. I'm Paul Pluto reporting on the high-end Patek stakes. Tell me what you guys think of that. Nice one, Arch. Great vid.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spent $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.